Hey, this is Pamela Riemenschneider. I'm the retail editor for Blue Book Services, and I have Karen Nardozza here from Moxxy Marketing, and we are going over the latest installment of the Shopper Insights 2020 survey conducted by category partners on behalf of Moxxy Marketing. And we're looking into this week the frequency of shopping and where consumers say they're shopping. And some of these things could be surprising for some marketers, and it could unlock some insights into especially things that I didn't even think of, like packaging technology and shelf life. How are the different frequencies of shopping affecting what you do with a fancy new package, for example?
Well, a lot of times, Pamela, we think about technology to extend shelf life as a benefit for retailers to reduce shrink, but there's also a wonderful benefit to consumers. So for those consumers who aren't doing weekly or bi-weekly or more shopping trips and are shopping once or twice a month, that shelf extending technology means it lasts longer on their counter or in their refrigerator, which could make an item a great benefit to those types of consumers because, say, for example, I'm really familiar with tropical avocados, as I think most everybody knows. And one of our clients, Desbury WP Produce, partners with Hazel Technologies and has an ethylene eating technology that goes in their avocados. And, you know, having an avocado last longer than just a couple days in your refrigerator or on your counter could be a game changer for people who wouldn't normally buy avocados, especially since they tend to turn from, you know, not ripe to overly ripe in a minute and a half.
Yeah.
So that, advertising and promoting any type of shelf life extension is a consumer benefit as well as a retailer shrink reduction benefit.
Well, and it also, when we talk about demographics of consumers and how often they shop, consumers with bigger families typically shop more often than once per week. Smaller families tend to shop less often, but then we look at the differences in location of shopping, and those who go to discount stores shop less often. So those modified atmosphere packaging is especially a good fit for a discounter as well, and that might not be as intuitive as you think it is. There was another thing that came up in the survey that I found fascinating, and it revolves around some coverage that I've been doing over the last week with dollar stores. And a lot of consumers don't identify a dollar store as their primary shopping location. But I think that
produce.
Yeah, not for fresh produce, at least.
Right.
Yeah. But I also think that that's something that you think about when you're thinking about where am I going to go pick my favorite apples. You don't think Dollar General. Dollar General is positioning itself as, hey, while you're here, we've got a bag of apples and a bag of potatoes and a bag of onions. But there are some of the discounters that are working to change that perception.
Right. That same statistic caught my attention because there were zeros across the board on every single demographic profile. Nobody identified the dollar stores as their primary produce shopping location. And I thought, well, that is a huge opportunity to shift that perception, especially for brands who have larger packages. So family-sized packages that will provide a week's or a 2 weeks worth of fresh produce with that, you know, shelf life extending technology to boot could be a great way of promoting additional consumption to consumers who are shopping elsewhere for fresh now. So those incremental purchases are gold. And so I'd love to help some of our brands figure out how to get that consumer who's not thinking of the dollar stores right now, but obviously purchasing fresh produce when they show up.
Well, and that is an area of the marketplace that it just continues to grow. Dollar General, for example, opened 17,000 stores in the US and has fresh produce at more than 1,000 of them already. So some of these dollar stores are changing their perception in the marketplace. I'm thinking of 99 cents only, even Grocery Outlet. I wouldn't consider them a dollar store. I consider them more of a deep discounter. But they're turning flipping the script into come see what we have and not just, hey, we've got exactly what you need. So you can go in and find that treasure hunt. It reminds me of being at one of them in California and finding lemon blueberries. And that's not something that you would think of at a discounter, but they're working to change the perception of who they are.
Well, and I think that that example that you gave could be a benefit to not only the retailers, the dollar store, the retailers, but the brands as well, who are bold enough to put their item in the dollar stores and the discount stores. Because if you put a unique item in the store that people aren't expecting, that goes back to what we talked about in the last segment of relying on friends and family to be a referral source for new items. Then you've given the purchaser an opportunity to share something new and exciting with their friends and family. First of all, they're going to be excited to tell their friends and family that they found it at the dollar store, and then what it is. So the narrative and the storytelling around that item just grows and expands. So I think that's a really creative and interesting way to try introducing new items.
Oh, for sure. And it's also, you know, as someone who follows those Midwestern memes to a point, if I got a great deal on it and it's new and exciting, I'm going to tell everyone I know about it.
Right. So am I.
All right. Well, we will look forward to the next segment in Shopper Insights 2020. And for now, that's it from the Produce Reporter and Blue Book Services. Thanks, Karen.
Thanks, Pam.
Woo!